Hello, everybody. My name is Ellen. We are doing a 10-part series on the legislature that is floating about right now in our Senate and Assembly. This is in regard to S.9163. This is the only bill that I have in front of me that is single housed. This increases the number of package store licenses to 2. This is a memo of opposition that I will read to you momentarily. This was built by the Metro Package Store Association, the New York State Liquor Store Association, and the Retailers Alliance. Every time I hear the word package store, I think of Massachusetts, because that is what they call them. That's what they call a liquor store in Massachusetts. Decades ago, somebody I used to be friends with, we were driving through Pennsylvania, and I kept seeing all these signs for package stores, and I was like, good grief, these people do a lot of shipping. I didn't know. I'm sorry. If you're in Massachusetts, you're probably laughing and going, oh yeah, we get that a lot. What is a package store, and why would we have one here in New York when we refer to them as liquor stores? A package store is what they refer to. It's like the old name for a liquor store. So down in the metro zone, they refer to them as a package store. It's kind of no different than like a hoagie or a submarine or, that type of thing, where it's the same thing, but it's just called something different depending upon where you go. And so this bill from Senator Skoufis, who we've seen this name before, wants to increase the number of package stores licenses to 2. So I'm going to read the memo of opposition, and then at the end we're going to kind of talk amongst ourselves, and then I'm going to show you a still so that you can reach out to Senator Skoufis and say, hi, no thank you. So the memo of opposition reads as follows. For decades, New York's alcoholic beverage control laws has maintained a one store per owner policy for package stores. This long-standing framework was established to prevent chain liquor stores from dominating the market and to preserve opportunities for small, locally owned businesses to operate and compete. S.9163 would weaken this important safeguard by allowing a single owner to control multiple liquor store licenses. While the bill may appear limited in scope, it represents a significant policy shift that could lead to increased consolidation in the retail liquor market. Larger operators and investors with greater financial resources would gain the availability to expand their footprint, placing small independent retailers at a clear competitive disadvantage. Independent liquor stores typically operate with limited margins and rely on their single location and loyal local customer base to remain viable. By contrast, operators with multiple stores could benefit from expanded purchasing power, coordinated pricing strategies, and greater market reach. These advantages would make it significantly more difficult for independently owned stores to compete. Over time, allowing multiple licenses could accelerate market consolidation, forcing many small retailers to close. The loss of these businesses would mean fewer locally owned stores, job losses for employees, and an increase in vacant storefronts and communities across New York. New York currently has thousands of independently owned liquor stores serving communities throughout the state. These businesses provide personalized service, specialized product knowledge, and important economic activity in neighborhoods and small towns alike. Maintaining the one license rule has helped preserve this diverse retail landscape and prevent the concentration of alcohol sales in the hands of a small number of operators. For these reasons, the above organizations respectfully urge the legislature to oppose S.9163 and maintain the long-standing protections that support New York's independent liquor retailers. I'm going to take a guess and say that somebody somewhere got into Senator Skoufis's ear and said this would be a great thing. New York does not allow chains. They do not allow co-oping. Do both still probably occur in New York? Yes. Yeah. Is it legal? No. No. That's another thing. They don't allow co-oping. And this would essentially bring that idea of having two private owners be able to have bigger purchasing power, except it would be one person with bigger purchasing power. And somebody thinks this is a great idea, and it is not. We have discussed previously about chain retailers, not even grocery stores, but chain retailers in general that are chomping at the bit to get their hands all over New York. And, you know, it's not broken. It's not broken. There is no need for people to have two licenses. Because again, like we have spoken in other videos, depending upon who you ask, there's already too many liquor stores in our state. That being said, we are still one of the drier states in the 50. We are in the lower half of consumption here in New York, even though we are one of the bigger states, which I always think is really funny when I tell people that. But no, we're one of the drier states. And, you know, it's one of those things where, it's not broken. We don't need to fix it. This is needless legislation that if this passes, let me phrase it this way. If S.9163 passes, there's a whole, pardon my French, shit ton of things that have to be passed with it. In terms of allowing co-oping, protection for established stores, you know, in terms of distance away, and there's a whole lot of things that have to be done. So it's not just, oh, let's expand this to 2. We don't really necessarily need more. We're already out there. We're already established. We're already doing stuff. You know, it's not a restaurant where you can have a chain of essentially, you know, like neighborhood restaurants. That's totally fine. But for a package store or a liquor store, we're good the way we are. So I hope you will agree with me that it doesn't make sense. It doesn't need to be a law. We're good the way we are. It's going to cause more problems than it solves, and it's not going to benefit the people in New York. It's just not. So I'm going to post the still so you can reach out to Senator Skoufis and say however you want to phrase it. But basically, yeah, we don't need this, and you know it. You know, we're hoping that you will add your voice to ours. There's 10 pieces of legislation floating around, and it's an onslaught, and it's stressful. So We appreciate you. Thank you for watching the videos. And hopefully you will watch them all and email and go from there. So, thank you.